Hello everyone. This is part 2 of algebra. You can see chapter is algebra and the topic is algebra basics, and this is part 2. Okay, the topic which we will study today is power and roots. So here we have 7 easy rules. You can see rule number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we have 3 tricky rules. These are tricky rules of algebra, which we will discuss it here in this lesson. So the first rule is when the bases are same, add the powers. For example, uh, now first we will discuss what is a base and what is power. For example, if I write here that 3 power 2. So this 3 is called the base. This 2 is called power. Okay, base mean the downward number, and power, which is written on top, that is the power. The base is the downward number. So now in this case, you can see the bases are the same, 3 and 3 here as well. The bases are same and there is multiplication sign in between. You can see when the bases are same, you can add the power. So 6 plus 4 is 10. So 3 to the power 10 would be the answer. So you can see, you can read again. When the bases are same, add the power. So bases are same, add the power. So 3, you will write 3 once, one time, and 6 plus 4 is 10. Here in example 2, the bases are also same, a, and this is also a. So add the power. So 2 plus 7 is 9. So this is the answer. In this case, the bases are same. So 2 and 2, add the power. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So 2 to the power 10 would be the answer. This is rule number 1 for algebra. Now, rule number 2. Rule number 2 is when numbers are written in this form, like 5 to the power 4 and 5 to the power 2, we can shift this 5 to the power 2 number from down up, from bottom to the top. We can take it up. Now, what will happen if we take it up? The sign of this power will change. You can see it's 5 to the power 2. When we take it up, it would become 5 to the power negative 2. Okay, now again, the bases are same. We will apply again rule number 1. Bases are same. We will subtract now 4 minus 2. So 2. Okay. Now in this case, we will again shift this 5b to the power 5 upward. So the sign of the power will change to minus 5. So I will write b to the power 8 on its own place, and b to the power, it will become b to the power negative 5. You can see I have taken that upward from denominator to the numerator. This is called denominator, and this is called numerator. So we can take a number from denominator into numerator. So it will become negative 5. So now the bases are same, 8, subtract them. So 8 minus 5 is 3. Okay, rule number 3. This is 3. When there are two powers, so you can see this is a number 3. We have two powers in this question. This is 2 and 4. So what we will do, we will multiply both of them, okay, in order to make it simplified. So 3 to the power 2 times 4 is 8. So 3, write 3, and 2 times 4 is 8. So we got 3 to the power 8. In this case, here we also have two powers, 3 and 6. Now multiply them. So 3 times 6 is 18. So c to the power 18 would be the answer. So when there are two powers, multiply them. Okay. When you see two powers on a number, multiply those two powers. Rule number 4. Anything to the power 1 is itself. So when you take power of a number, let's say 3 to the power 1 would be 3. D to the power 1 would be D. 89 to the power 1 would be 89. Okay, so anything to the power 1 is itself. Itself means that number. You can see we have taken that number. We have written that number. This is rule number 4. Rule number 5, anything to the power 0 is 1. So 5 power 0 is 1. Anywhere you see 5 to the power 0, 1, 6 to 7 power 0 is 1, e power 0 is 1, a power 0 is 1, or even 1000 power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, so anywhere you see the power 0, that number would be 1. This is another important rule for mathematics and algebra. Point number 6, or rule number 6, 1 to any power is still just 1. So 1 power 23 is equal to 1. 1 power 89 is equal to 1, right? So actually, what does this 1 to the power 23 mean? It means multiply 1 23 times. So obviously, when we do that, when we multiply 1 23 times, we will get 1, okay? We will not get 23 because you are multiplying. So 1 multiply 1 is 1. 1 multiply 1 multiply 1 multiply 1 is still 1. So this was rule number 6. Now, rule number 7. Apply the power to both top and bottom. You can see in this one 8 by 5 to the power 3. So we will apply this 3 on both of them, on 8 as well as on 5. So I will write it 8 to the power 3 and 5 to the power 3. We have taken 3 on both of them. Similarly, this is example 2, u by v to the power 5. So you will take the power 5 on u as well as on v. So v to the power 5, u to the power 5, v to the power 5, and this is the answer. Okay, so these 7 were the easy rules. You can see the 7 easy rules. Okay, these are easy rules. Now we have 3 tricky rules. So you can see 8, 9, 10. These are tricky rules. So rule number 8 is negative powers turn it upside down. Okay, turn it upside down. For example, if you have a number 7 to the power negative 2 and you want to make this positive number, this is a negative number in the power, you want to make the power positive, so you can take that down. So 1 divided by 7 power 2 is 1 by 49, because 7 power 2 is 49. Actually, what does 7 power 2 mean? 7 power 2 mean multiply 7 2 times. Okay, 7 2 times, multiply 7 2 times. So 7 multiply 7 is 49. In this case, a to the power negative 4, you can take this number down. So it would become 1 by a to the power plus 4. You can see the change. It was negative 4 before, and now it is plus 4 when we take that down. So it is, we cannot solve it further because this is a. A is a character. This is not a number. So a to the power 4 is 1 by a to the power 4 is the answer. Now in this case, 5 to the power 3, the power is negative 2. If you want to make this positive, just flip this number. So 3 will go up, 5 will come down. 3 will go up, you can see 3 is here, 5 is now here, and the power will become positive now because it was previously negative. So it is plus 2 now when you flip the number. Rule number 9, fractional powers. Actually, what does this 1 by 2 mean? So this 1 by 2 means under root or square root. So actually this square root is equal to 1 divided by 2. So you can see 25 under root or square root. We can write that as 25 1 divided by 2. Okay, these are fractional powers. And if you see a question like this, 81 to the power 4th power, so you will see a 4 would be written over here. So actually this means 81 1 by 4. You will write that 4 over here. So 81 1 by 4. In this case, 64 under root and 3 here. This 3 is actually with the square root, okay? It is not a separate number. This is written a small number with the square root. So this is equal to 64 to the power 1 by 3. Okay, this is the last rule. The last rule, three of the tricky rules. Two two state fractional powers. Okay, this is state two state fractional powers. For example, if we have a number 64 and there is 5 by 6, so actually we can separate this power. How we can do that? We will separate 1 by 6 and we will multiply that by 5. Okay, so we will separate it like this, and then we can take this 1 by 6 down here and can write it like this. Actually, this rule is the opposite rule of rule number 3. I have explained you here that when you have two powers, you can multiply them. So it would become 8. So similarly, we have two powers here. 1 by 6 is one power and 5 is another power. So when we multiply them, so 1 by 6 multiply 5 is 5 by 6, right? It is 5 by 6. So 5 by 6 is written over there. So in rule number 3, we have learned that you can multiply two powers. If we have two powers on a number, we can multiply them to make it simple. In rule number 10, we can split those numbers. For example, there is one number in the power, you can split it to make it 2 again. So this is like the reverse of rule number 3. So 5 by 6, we can write it to 1 by 6, and we will take that 5 separate. So 5. By the way, when you multiply a number with a fraction, this is called fraction. So this 5 will be multiplied with this 1 and not with this 6. Okay, so therefore 5 times 1 is 5, and we will write 6 on its own place. So this is rule number 10. So this is the second part of algebra basics. And try to write down everything on the screen. Take a separate notebook uh, and write down all these rules. You can pause the video and write down all the rules, and then save these rules right with yourself, so that then you can review it uh, later on. If you have everything in your notebook, you can review, you can revise these rules with just in 15 to 20 minutes. So therefore it's better to write everything. Okay, so this was part 2. Then we may have part 3 as well for the basics of algebra. Thank you.